All right, yeah. Give me 1 second here because I'm sure it's probably going to come through on the other side over here. So I need to make sure I got it muted over here so we ain't hear me twice. And there we go. All right. What is going on, true American Loretta? It's great seeing you here. Yeah, I just figured I'd kind of pop in here. I've been in the background for a lot of people. I'm always in the background. How is it that Prepper Days does? Always got them eyeballs popping up everywhere. But I don't know. I've been thinking a lot here lately about how, and I hope I'm coming through all right. My mic says I am, but I ain't listening to anything because, truthfully, right now I'm deaf in my right ear and left ear ain't doing too hot either. Gotta love the ear infections. What's going on, Tennessee Tactical? Hope you feeling. I don't know if I want to say feeling better or just not feeling bad after last weekend. We all know you was feeling pretty good. Um, Unfortunately, I didn't get to see Backwoods because actually he goes straight up that side over there. But if you were heading back to Tennessee, you probably did come through my way, man. I should probably got a hold of you, and just that way I could say hey to you. Uh, but no, I'll throw it out there to start with here. Anybody that needs a warning in any way, whether it be language warning or hey, you're going to get butt hurt, so don't watch this. There it is. Because like it's the thumbnail says, not a safe place. You ain't gonna find your safe place here. Keep moving. I don't want you here if you need a safe place. I'm sorry, but when did we quit standing up for ourselves? You know, when did the good people just say, okay, well, I don't want to mess with it. I'm just gonna roll over and go along with things because I don't want to get involved. That's it right there. I don't want to get involved. It's none of my business. Well, in case anyone hasn't noticed, all that stuff has become our business. And whether we like it or not, we're involved because it is affecting us. From our food prices to our gas prices to our way of life. So I'll put the question out there again. When did we as a nation just basically roll over and die? Because we're not doing anything. You get all these people out there, well, we need to do this and we need to do that. Okay, I agree with you. But it's real easy to say that behind a computer like I am right now. Well, when was the last time you just got aggravated and actually stood up for yourself and saying, okay, thank you, have a nice day, I'm walking on? When was the last time you seen something going on that wasn't right and you know it wasn't right? And what did you do? Did you put an end to it? Did you stand up for the person that was being, put down, thrown down, whatever was going on? Did you do anything at all that would be helpful? Fun little story. I actually embarrassed my kids the other day. We were at Walmart. We went back there. It was something very simple for my son. I was trying to find, he unfortunately, with Dexcom, he's type 1 diabetic. We have Dexcom to monitor him. And he's got to have a iPhone or something like that it talks to so the signal can go out and everything else. We can keep an eye on where his blood sugar's at. And being a kid, he's dropped the phone. And being an iPhone, of course, the screen is cracked. So we were looking for just a simple little screen cover. Nothing big, but I wanted to get the right one because I don't personally know a whole lot about them. I don't worry about it or anything like that. But there was this elder man there with his son, and they were needing help. They went ahead and hit the buttons around. I had asked the man, he hit all the buttons around the electronic station to call somebody back here and everything. So, we stood off to the side, and I'm standing there. What's going on, Native? And Miss Sharon, I apologize. I seen you come in, but I didn't say anything. I was kind of rambling here. But we were standing there off to the side, and I'm standing there with 5 kids. And anybody that's got kids and takes them to Walmart, God bless you. Because you know exactly what I mean. I used to work at Walmart, and even going to that place, I believe with the Jeff Dunham, with the old guy for the mannequin. Welcome to Walmart. Get your shit and get out. That really needs to be said. But anyway, I was standing there for a while, and then I went ahead and went up and started hitting the buttons because I got tired of standing around. I just want something simple. I just want to get it taken care of. We're already walking through a store that wants you to check yourself out, and then to make sure you did what you're supposed to do, they want to check your receipt on the way out the door, which I hope y'all are basically being polite about it because, the person standing there doesn't really have a choice. That's their job. That's what they've been told to do. That's what they get paid to do. But if they can have you check your stuff out, then hey, that's on them. If you accidentally miss something, I can remember being a kid and going through a line somewhere and somebody accidentally missed something. And you know what? Out of morality, and just because we were raised right and everything else, we would tell the person, hey, I appreciate it, but I'm not walking away until you scan this, Kind of like respect being earned. I always teach my kids to respect their elders and everything like that, but I also teach them, you get disrespected, that person does not deserve your respect in any way whatsoever, whether it be adult or anything else. But back to the Walmart story. So we're standing there, and I finally get tired of it. And when I say I yelled, I'm talking about people outside of Walmart probably heard me, and this is a Walmart Supercenter. So one of the really big ones. And I'd had enough. I didn't care at that point. I really wasn't worried about it. I could have gone to any other store whatsoever to get that stupid little thing for his phone. And if nobody could come back here just to help the other people that were obviously needing help, because the man that was holding, I don't know why he didn't set it down, but he was holding this big item. I forget exactly what it was, but they were trying to get some help, and he was just having trouble holding it. I ended up giving the man my cart. It's like, anyway. But I yelled at the top of my lungs. And of course, all my kids are like, what is he doing? But I can remember back when I was a kid, you didn't disrespect somebody. If you had a job, you did that damn job. That's what you're getting paid for. You don't want to do the job? Go the fuck on. I can remember my grandpa yelling at somebody in line over a few pennies when it came to some deodorant one time. Just for the fact that it was just a simple principle of it. He had the coupon or whatever. They were going to hold up to the coupon. It was manufacturer back when, coupons were a real thing. And he did. The person behind the counter started basically disrespecting the man. And after that, he let him have it. He told him exactly what he thought. And they got the manager up there, and he told the manager what he thought. So I'm back in electronics. These people are needing help over here. I've already called for help. There's other people lining up. There's an old lady standing over there that's done hit the button a couple times too. So I started yelling, top of my lungs, about needing to get somebody's stupid ass back here in electronics and help these people. Of course, I was done at that point. I started to walk off. But the thing that got me the most as I'm walking off, the elderly lady that had already hit the button as well, and I say elderly, I don't know how old she was. She was, had gotten to the point to where she had white hair. You could tell she was older than I am by, you know, just looking at her. She didn't say anything, but she looked me dead in the eye and then give me a thumbs up. That little way to go and thank you at the same time. And all I did was lose my temper. That's what it really come down to. You know. But it was that little push. So back to the same statement. Where do y'all draw the line? And by all means, I don't. This also ties into a Facebook post that a friend of mine put up, and we'll talk about that here in a second. And I had commented on it. But where do you draw that line? I don't advocate for violence in any way. What's going on, Joe? Good to see you, brother. Still sending thoughts your way. Anybody that knows what I mean. But where's your line? Not advocating for violence once again. I don't believe in it. If you're going to go out of your way to hurt somebody and they haven't done anything to you, you're in the wrong. Just like teaching the kids. They can, one kid can yell at the other all they want. They can do this, they can do that, but you don't hit. So when it comes to violence, there's a time and a place for it. And unfortunately, only you will know when that time and place is. But these past couple years, we've gotten so many people out there that want to talk about stuff and want to say different things, whether it be we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to whatever. But what are you actually going to do? That's like they talk about this red wave coming. And hey, don't get me wrong, I'm getting out there and I'm voting. But who are you going to pick? Have you actually looked into the person that, are you just going to go ahead and go down the line and vote red the whole way? Are you going to do the same with blue if that's your choice? Have you actually looked into the people that you're wanting to get up there? Have you looked at the past few years? It's like Guns and Gadgets put a video out about Tulsi Gabbard. If you had never paid attention to her until, like, say, the past year, hey, you're going to have a certain opinion on her. Now, if you looked at her before the past couple of years, you've got a whole nother opinion on her. And everything's come straight from her. So anybody that's in those districts, I'm not saying don't vote for her because I don't know your other choices. She may be the best choice. But is that really where we're at nowadays? Choosing the lesser of the evils. I know y'all get what I'm saying, and I know because I'm guilty of it too. I'm guilty of seeing something happen, and you know what? It's not my business. I don't need to get myself involved in that. Probably best just for me to walk away. And then it festers. And then it festers some more. And it finally turns into this thing in your chest that you just can't get rid of. That anxiety, that stress, that elephant sitting on your chest. Because you didn't just stand up and do what was right then. That's your morals kicking in. That means you was raised right. That feeling that you have, It is natural. It is right. It's your body telling you, hey, dummy, you know what you need to do here and you're not doing it. I think we all need a pretty good kick in the ass, to be honest. All of us. And when I say us, I mean us, me included. As a nation, we have done nothing to help each other, truthfully. We have been too worried about the bread and circus spiel running all over the place. Pick a country, pick a thing that's going on right now. There's so much going on. You know, you could literally, whatever the saying is, to where you throw something and gonna hit it any direction. But what are we doing to help each other? When was the last time you talked to your neighbor? When was the last time you gave family a call? For some of us, that's still an option. For others, unfortunately, that's not. Prayers and thoughts go out to the ones that where it's not. But we sit here and we do nothing over and over again. What's the definition for stupidity? To where you repeat an action over and over and expect a different response? Or however any of that goes. I know I'm messing it all up, but you're getting the point either way. I'll put it out there a little bit. I have family that isn't doing so hot. Hasn't been for years. Right now, I can say that I am happy and thankfully taking care of my niece and nephew, along with my other three little ones. So we have five in the house between the ages of 7 and 10 right now. One fixing to be 11 in December. They don't hear from them. I don't hear from them at all. And it's not by our choice. They have a way to communicate. They could reach out. They just don't. And I don't understand that. I personally, with what little intelligence I have and everything else, I cannot understand that one bit. There have been times to where I've only been away from my kids for like a day. And the only thing on my mind and my heart is my family while I was gone. I mean, it's been longer periods too, but I agree with you right there, Joe. That I think you just hit the nail on the head and put it all out there in one sentence. And for anyone that's not watching the chat right now or anything like that, if you watch this later, he wrote down being a man means making the right choice no matter how hard, regardless of your feelings. And that kind of gets into the point I made on my buddy's post that he put out there on Facebook, which he was just putting out it's a 2A thing about posting it on your wall and all that and saying where you stand. And I told him that I agreed with that, but it goes a lot deeper than that. As men, and I apologize, ladies, this is directly straight for the men. And I'm not trying to downplay your position or anything else in any way. Because just for reference here, my wife does more than I could ever even explain. I mean, I can't tell you. But as men, it is okay to want to protect. It is not this toxic masculinity bullshit or whatever the hell they want to come up with these days to try to make sure that women and children are safe. It is natural. It is a true, honest response of you being human and a male. That is your responsibility. That is your job to protect those around you. You know why they're trying to take that away? Because the people that feel the way that you and I do are the ones that stand in their way. This nation is full of people that feel just like you do. Has got that pain in their chest because they keep rolling over and not doing what needs to be done. Because we keep being civil, because we keep being politically correct, because we keep doing what we're told to do. This nation was built by people that were considered outlaws. That was built by people that, from a tyrannical government, were criminals. Look how they're trying to paint everybody these days. I could say a specific date here starting at the beginning of the year, and you all know exactly what I'm talking about. And they want to paint that worse than, say, when the towers came down, worse than when a certain harbor was destroyed, worse than anything to happen ever since maybe even the founding of this country. Do I believe what happened was right? No, I don't. I really don't. I believe there was a lot of people that got suckered in because they want to change in this country, because they believe in what's right. I think a lot of people were put in a very bad spot, and now they are dealing with the consequences, and it was all planned out beforehand. I don't know. I know I'm kind of all over the place here, and I do apologize for that. Maybe I need to start writing down a few things and kind of trying to stay on point. Or maybe I just need to keep going and talk about exactly what I think. Because I'm not talking off some little list. I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm not sitting here doing something stupid and wasting my damn time. I am talking to you specifically, and I'm trying to get through. I'm trying to let you know that you are not the only one out there that feels the way that you do. Man, woman, whatever. You know the things that are going on around you. And you know there's a lot of stuff going on in this country that is beyond far from being okay. So where do we go from here? Do we just roll over like we have? Look at what that's done for us in the past 20 years. I have friends from all walks of life. And I mean, I can say that. There are people out there who have choices I don't agree with, but do I consider them a friend? I do. Do I know that they at heart are a good person? And would I do what I can for that person? I will. I always will. Some of their personal choices do not affect my opinion on them. I agree with you, Loretta. For those, once again, that's not watching, she flat out said, say what you mean and mean what you say. And if you can't understand that I mean what I say right now, then I hope you have a nice day. Sorry, y'all. I know I keep pausing and all this stupid shit that makes you not want to watch. Deep thought, whatever you want to call it. But I'm gonna put that question out there, and I hope some people pick up on it. I hope, well, kind of reading the comments there. I hope some of the community kind of pick up on it and run with it as well. Because I know there's a lot of other people out there that'll be able to say it a whole lot better than I can. When do we quit rolling over? Do you wait until it's on your street? Do you wait until it's on your block? Or are you going to wait until it's right there taking your kids out the front door? There used to be a thing back during World War II. A man had wrote about how they started to come for people. I forget exactly how it goes, but it was basically along the lines of they came for the people with the weapons. Well, I didn't have weapons, so I kept my mouth shut. And then they came for the people with whatever. It goes on a couple different times until the point finally gets across of there was no one left and they finally came for them. So when they needed help, there was no one left because they didn't help those that needed help before them. Reach out to your neighbors. Times are hard for everyone, but the ones in your immediate vicinity, you can help and they can help you. Learn what they're doing. Teach them to do things. Trade with them. Who knows? Maybe your neighbor does an amazing job with tomatoes and you're growing 9 kinds of corn. Trade them. Get back to what we used to be, where we depended on each other. Not some made up bullshit sitting on a high hill in a damn White House telling us what the fuck to do. And I apologize for those wearing earphones or whatever, because I know I got loud there. Somebody said it in the comments a while ago. We fucked up whenever we started to say that they're no longer representatives and they're the ones in charge. That is not this country. That is not what's in our hearts. We stand for those around us. We will always stand for those around us. Exactly, Joe. If not now, then when? I can unfortunately say that I've been on my deathbed before. Been there, done that, got the fucking t-shirt and came back. I am here to make sure my children and anybody else I care about does not go through those things. I am only one person, but I will do whatever it takes to protect mine and anyone else in my sight. Beyond that, I can't do anything. So it's up to everybody else. Here I am getting all up in my feels again. I can't imagine. I seriously, Catskill, if you see this, please message me. Like seriously, I would like to have a chat with you if you see this. I can't imagine being where she's at, and even in upstate New York, to where things are better. But once again, we get back to the situation of: is that what we're voting for? The lesser of the evils? Just because it's a little bit better than our other choice, is that the right one? There was a movie when I was a kid. There's two comedians that were always together. And I apologize, I don't remember the names. I know one. Um, I know one was the lead character in Willy Wonka. I know the other one was what was it? Brewster's Millions was the name of the movie. Choose not to vote was the thing in the movie that I'm talking about. You don't have a good choice, so then we choose that. We need something else. As for what that choice is, I don't know. There's a lot of people that talk about a lot of people that talk about Orange Man. Put it that way. Do I like how brash he was and how much he put it out there and just said, you know what, screw it? I actually do. I give the man respect for that. Do I agree with all his choices and opinions? No, I don't. Do I think he's the best man for the job? I really don't. Do I think he's a whole lot better than Potato in office? Hell, you could almost damn near say a rock is better than what we have in office. And other countries would say that too. I mean, we're a laughing stock right now. The greatest country in the world. People that will literally walk for thousands of miles to get here. And we are the fucking laughing stock of the world because of this shit. We are where we are because the people, not just the men and women before us, stood with merit. They knew what grit was. They knew what was right and wrong, and they were going to stand by it no matter what it cost them. It wasn't just men that ran off them boats onto that beach. It was boys. Some of them not even 18. And now here we go again because some dumbass people in high places decide we need it to happen because we need to reset everything, shut shit down, start something up new. This country was never perfect. Never will be perfect. Shouldn't be perfect. There should always be the opportunity to better oneself and everything around us. We should always strive for that. We should always strive to be better than we were the day before. Don't ever, ever compare yourself to anyone else. Compare yourself to the person you looked at in the mirror yesterday. Are you better than that person? Can you do better than that person? Will you do better than that person in the mirror? I know I will. Every day. That is what I strive for. That is what I teach my kids, to be better every day. Whether it be learn something, whether it be just bettering yourself, whether it be helping someone around you to better themselves. We cannot stay on the path that we're on. We can't do it. We've gotten a glimpse of where we're headed. And no matter what side you're on, that place we're headed isn't good for anyone. I agree, Lake Perry. Forgiveness is a big part of it. And we do need to forgive. But unfortunately, I view things a little differently than what you probably do. And no offense here, seriously, no offense. Because I know that, your other half is more religious than what I'll just go with that. More religious than what I am. I personally believe that things aren't as all sunshine and rainbows as what a lot of people try to project it as. And I'm not saying that you are, so I'm just kind of going off of what you said here. I guess come down to it, I feel it's more of a warrior's manual. The people that the stories are about in that book all stood for something. All stood for those around them. We haven't stood in a long time. We really haven't. And there's a lot of things that help with that. The media and all that. I don't want to be viewed a certain way, or I don't want to be considered in that group. Well, you're already considered in that group. Look at me. Anybody want to say something right now? I'm a white supremacist. That's how it's going to be viewed. I'm a white guy with a buzzed head. Boom. Right there. There's a whole bunch of words that can come out about me. None of them are true. Couldn't be further from the truth. But it'll get said. Now I have a choice. I can either care about those words that were said and possibly the actions that were taken against me, or I cannot. I can do like what she said and just say, forget it and forgive that person, and then do what needs to be done. We used to be a country that stood on its own 2 feet, literally and figuratively, doing things for others, doing for ourselves. And then, of course, everything come in, greed, all that stuff. But when it comes down to it, we can blame everybody up there. But who put them up there? Well, I didn't vote for that person. Okay, well, how about over here? You didn't get out and tell anybody else to do anything either, did you? You didn't go out there and let everybody know exactly where you stood and what should be done, did you? If you did, great. Thank you. Seriously. If not, then where do you have the right to bitch about anything? because you're part of the problem. So I'm going to leave it at that. Where do you stand? What are you going to do? Are you going to stand for those around you, for your family? Something small, something simple. It could be very simple. But are you going to say, no, that's enough? I'm not allowing this to happen to me, to mine, to those around me. I'm not going to allow this to happen. Your answer is no. As Barry Independent would say, when was the last time you flexed your no muscle? It's a great one to have and needs to happen a whole lot more. The answer is no. Just like with kids or anything else, I guess that's really how we need to act towards a lot of people these days. It's like they're kids. No, you don't get your way. No, I don't care that you get your way. No, what you want is not right or okayed or is going to be allowed here. So where do you stand? What are you going to do the next time that, situation comes around? Are you going to stand for what you know is right, even if you stand alone? Because I'll tell you right here and now, if you think you're standing alone, I may not be there. Others may not be right beside you. But you're not standing alone. Whether they like it or not, we are the many. We know what's right. We know what we need to do. And we just need to say no. No, this is not okay. We've had enough. I'm not going to bend to your will because it makes you feel better. Not when it costs, especially not when it costs my kids their future. I'm not even just raising mine anymore. I will not allow for any of the kids under my roof and the one that's not under my roof at the moment to go through all the things that I see coming. I will do whatever it takes to make sure that they are safe, protected, and healthy. All this BS that's going on nowadays, the push for this, the push for that. Hey guys, sorry, I'm a little bit of a rant. I appreciate you, Pirate. Dub season. Thank you. I don't know, guys. I've always been one to kind of be able to see things before they happen. And no, I'm not psychic. I just see line of events and understand how things work and can see what happens next. Anyone with a little bit of critical thinking, complex thought, as the title says, can see what's coming. Can see a little ahead. If you get in your car and you turn the key, guess what? You're probably going to be driving somewhere. Well, same situation. All the things are lining up, and they're making sure that they line up. But back to it, where do you stand? What are you going to do the next time someone needs help? What are you going to do the next time that you're put in a position where you need to say no? All right, y'all. Held you up long enough. I hope y'all have a great day. I know, down in the dumps. Bad part of simple thought, I guess. I really do appreciate y'all coming in here and letting me get some of this off my chest, I guess. For anyone out there, I am always here. Text message, phone call, however you want to look at it. I hope you guys stand strong. I hope all of you stand for what you believe in. Because if we don't, what's left?